I would like to highlight a couple of things which are two different ways of looking at the same phenomenon, and it's sort of indicative of the different political outlooks in this country, with the far left and the far right and whoever's in the middle. Although I don't like the term far right, I think it's, like many other labels, it's misused, it's inaccurate, it's a little bit like Islamophobia. But on the one hand, you have people who feel an enormous sense of empathy. And I've kind of been inspired to make this by another interesting tunnel liner video. And well, it was actually from a comment more of his, but he makes a lot of interesting videos nonetheless. And the idea being that you see somebody in an unfortunate situation, say, for example, they are a refugee fleeing a war zone, and then you see a lot of so-called refugees risking their lives crossing the channel to claim asylum in this country, and some of them, a small percentage probably, might actually be fleeing a war zone and looking for a better life. But in among them, there will be a lot of freeloaders, hostile agents who intend to do us harm or to take advantage of our good nature. And so you have the phenomenon of suicidal empathy, which I think people on the political left and the Green Party who want open borders, that's what they are engaged in. And then on the other hand, you have the idea that charity starts at home. And I'm kind of like that. I think you need to get your own house in order before you try to save the rest of the world. And sometimes that can mean making decisions which can appear quite cruel and cold-hearted. But I would argue that getting your own house in order is an important thing. Now, I wanted to show a little clip from the Monty Python film, The Life of Brian. There are so many little nuggets in the Monty Python movies that are not perhaps the most well-known, but it, I think, is a very good demonstration. It's only a few seconds long of a situation where somebody is trying to help out, and immediately they're taken advantage of, and they are saddled with something they might not have thought through. So anyway, let's see if this works.
Let me show your bad brother. Oh, thank you. Hey! What are you doing? It's not my crop. Shut up! Get on with it! Yeah, do that, mate, did he? That'll teach you a lesson.
Yeah, so sometimes when you don't think a thing through, and this is what I would say the political left are not doing. They're not recognizing that their good nature, full of good intentions, is being taken advantage of. And the cost of this in our society is a rapid increase, a spike in the number of rapes and stabbings in our large cities. When you notice this, and you notice that it is very often the newcomers from different continents who are the perpetrators of these crimes. And of course, you always have to put a caveat and say, yes, there are bad apples within our own society, many of them. There are sex offenders, knife crime has been a big thing in Glasgow for decades, and other places too. However, on a per capita basis, it is getting much worse in recent times as the numbers of foreigners from different continents who could seek asylum in a country closer to the ones they start off from. Why come here? Why go through so many safe countries first to get here? And of course, the answer, or part of the answer, is that our welfare system is extremely generous. And if you are the sort of person who is a bit of a freeloader, then you can take advantage of us, our system. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you next time.